Welcome to Planning Phase Syndicate. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We are on episode 99. Yes, folks, we are shy of 100. Crazy times. Lots and lots of SWU episodes. Actually, I think technically between all of the podcasts, just the two podcasts that I've done, the recent two, we are at almost 300 episodes total, which is just crazy. But tonight we have quite a bit of stuff to cover. Trying to make it kind of a fun, light episode. Just want to talk a little bit about some fun stuff. We're going to have an internal update that FFG gave. We're going to talk a little bit about that, what that means, how into the Eternal will probably be. So I'm kind of interested in playing Eternal personally. But we'll talk with the guys to see if they're also interested as well. We'll talk a little bit about our pre-release weekend, kind of the different stuff we went through, how many games in tournament Sam won this weekend, as well as the rest of the gang. And if that isn't enough, we will also be talking a little bit about aggressive negotiations and maybe a few other cards, and we'll see if, I don't know, some people believe they need to be banned, so we're going to have a conversation around that tonight. With that being said, let's bring in the team tonight. Please welcome to the show, Alex, the bench warmer. How are you today, sir?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Sadly, didn't have a pre-release today, but I will be doing 4 more in the upcoming week, so
nice.
It'll be fun. That's what I'm doing instead of buying boxes.
Just going to pre-releases. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You get 6 packs, so if you go to 4 pre-releases, it's 1 box plus your winnings. So if you win like 2 or 3 packs at every event, you almost get a box and a half out of it. So
yeah, I make money. Cough.
Yeah. If you win.
I hope I do. I mean, I try.
Fair enough. Also joining us back from their imminent vacation, Sam. How are you tonight, sir?
Pretty good. I did Milwaukee, and then I worked, and now I'm back.
Needs a haircut. We'll call him Sam the haircut
I just
guy.
got one.
It doesn't look like it.
Yesterday. I didn't put gel in it, that's why.
Okay, there you go. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Also joining us is JJ. How are you tonight, sir? No Giants hat to make fun of again, I guess. So I guess you just have to make fun of it anyway.
Had a great time at my pre-release on Friday night. Ended up getting some nice cards on it. I posted it on our Discord there. Sadly, I got no freaking showcase leaders. I'm very, very sad. The streak continues, but so I was thinking about going to another pre-release today, but I've been up since like 6 in the morning, and with the time jump, I'm just like dead tired. So I was like, yeah, not going out today. But yeah, I had a great time and excited to get some more cards.
How many boxes did you buy?
Just 1.
Oh, well, you're not going to get a showcase in just 1. You don't have you don't have Sam luck. That's Sam luck. There's only one person that's ever
how I got
gets
my 1,000 though. Remember, I got my 1,000 off.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I bought your 1,000 off you.
I bought 1 box and got a showcase of this set.
All right. I hate all of you and will not talk to any of you anymore. Because I never get
like split between my buddies and I in a case of Carbonite for what it's worth.
I'm about to pull one when I buy my first pack of product as of Tuesday. I'm getting a Carbonite box, so don't worry. I'll pull both the showcase and the cereal. Somebody's got to do it.
Well, I technically did that this set, so I have redeemed myself. I got a Chewy showcase and a Phantom serialized in one box. Nice. So that was, I don't know, that was fun, I guess. My other box did have like 12 or 13 legendaries in it, so that was pretty good, but it was not a showcase, and so it was a very expensive prestige box. But I will say I'm probably set on hyperspaces for whatever decks I want to run. So I will say, on a positive note, FFG, thank you for, getting rid of foils, and thank you. Okay, I like the fact that they introduced prestiges into regular packs. I literally, every box I had 2 prestiges in it. Everyone.
Lucky you.
Yeah, crazy. And every pre-release we went to, I've gotten 1 prestige between the sealed pool and the winning packs. Nuts. No idea how I got that. Not all of them are good, by the way. Just so you know. Not all of them are good.
Yeah, I got 1 prestige in the box that I opened and none in pre-release. Actually, my pre-release was back-to-back Tear This Ship Apart. Those are my legendaries. First pre-release, Tear This Ship Apart. Second pre-release, Tear This Ship Apart. Not good and sealed.
Yeah. No, definitely not good and sealed. Not at all. So, well, let's jump into a little bit before we talk about the Eternal. Let's talk about the Lawless pre-release weekend. So let's just jump in and dive in because I got quite a few legendaries in my sealed pools. I got an Obi in 2 of them.
Nice.
And I got one had Ray. So I had an Obi and I had a Ray. Not that I ever actually played Ray, but I did have it. So yeah, so I guess Alex, let's start with you. You did how many pre-releases this weekend?
I did 2. One at Black Vault, and one at Excel. Excel had 34 people.
Wow.
If that was the one you guys had to win a box, though, right?
Yep.
And you were giving away the store championship kit stuff, right?
No,
The Queen Amidala's.
no, we had a store championship there already. It was just the win a box, and then it was capped at 32, and then 2 other people kind of were just like, okay, fine, and then didn't adjust the round counter, so we had 2 undefeateds at the end, and they just split the box instead of doing like a final game.
Fair enough. That sounds fun. I didn't. We didn't have that much. I swear that the site says there'll be Queen Amidala's in it. That's why, because I saw that after you guys were posting about where you were in the Discord, and I was like, shit. I wish I'd known about that. I actually would have gone out there if you guys were having a store showdown kit plus win a box plus a pre-release. It's like, well, that just sounds like gold to me.
No, I mean it was, $10 extra. It was $40 entry for the win a box and whatnot to cover that expense. But yeah, no, we had a store championship and gave out the Padmes, the Queen Amidala. So I don't know where you're getting that from.
But anyway, that sounds fun. What was the other one? So you went to 2 of them, you said. So that was
I
one.
went to Black Vault was the first one. I got a very strange pool. I had 29 cards that were doubled up or tripled up, and 3 cards that cost more than 6, and those were all 3 of them were the Phoenix Squadron 6/6 for 8s.
Wow.
Which is not good. And the maximum amount of turn 1 plays I can get with every single color was 6. So I had like this really strange like diamond deck where I have no bombs or like no high costing cards and like no low costing cards and like 12 things that cost 4. But I had a lot of ambush. And those like bug rider people. I had 3 of those, the 5/6 ambush that you can also like pick up a unit so they can kind of recycle themselves if they live through the crackback. So that is how I had to play it, and this is how it worked. I did run out of cards in games. Same with my opponents. Like it was just drag out because like there's not much going on. But like the Melodian Riders kind of just led me to victory, and 2 Qui-Gons, which is pretty cool. That was Lando, where I'm just like, I guess my win con is I'm gonna also try to mill my opponent. I think I called Lando like 10 to 12 times and hit 3 times, so that was fun.
Dang. Jeez.
Yeah, and then Excels, I had just absolute garbage. Again, my legendaries from both of these were like tear the ship apart, so that's not good. In the packs that I opened, it was Han Solo, the Client, Tobias, Krennic, Aura, Callus. And I'm like, cool. This is a weird pulls. Most of my cards just actually aren't good. So I'm going to play Callus because that allows me to actually have 30 cards in my deck. And allows me to have the green heroic 1-cost Rebel unit as a first turn play because I also have like 6 first turn plays. And just a ton of high cards. So basically every game I just had to grind my opponent down. Almost ran out of cards several times. Definitely, I think every single game was down to like less than 8 cards left in both of our decks. And dragged that deck to a 3-1. With a lot of like real random like they have lethal on the board, but Callus is out, so I'm going to play Kanan for no effect to heal 2, so I don't die this turn. And then, like, flash the vent Kanan into their base so I can swing with... Or flash the vent Callus into their base so I can swing with Kanan for game next turn. Like, it's just like, a lot of thinking on those, so... I did lose the last round because my opponent just had, like, a 7-15 Cinta. And that's, he swung into my base 4 times and won. It was kind of rough. He pulled every upgrade that he had in that deck and put it on Cinta, and every time I was about to kill Cinta, he'd throw another, like, this just gives him +0/+2. And I'm like, that's awful. So, yeah, I took a game off the series. I won the first one, but, like, it was kind of rough. I should not have won rounds with that deck, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't pass that up, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I got like a couple prize packs. I got 2 prize packs out of that, and one of them had the client in it. Showcase. So I
Nice.
guess that's a thing. It looks cool. That's about it.
Maybe it'll be playable.
Vel counter?
Val Connor.
No, because you have to create it,
Yeah, but she makes you create one.
I guess. I mean, I was fine playing into Vels against Sealed because I'm playing Callus, so I get to play things on curve instead,
Yeah.
which was pretty fun. I had, like, the only impactful units I had that were heroism were like Kanan and Chariot. I also had like the 4/5 ambush for 5. That was it. So JJ, how was yours?
It went well. I actually had a really good amount of first turn plays. So my leaders that I considered was Krennic and Aura Singh. Unfortunately, the majority of the units that I got was Bounty Hunters and Underworlds. I had maybe a handful of Imperial cards that could like mesh well with Krennic. So I decided to stick with Aura Singh and I made a deck out of it. I had a choice of 17 first turn plays. So I had a really good deck that I could start off with, but then it went from having those to having maybe like 4 cards to choose from for the second and third round. And then I had a couple of big cards, but none of them were in the color that I needed. So I ended up putting in, I ran Aura Singh with a green base, and then I put in a Rancor, and I put in Finn and Asajj Ventress as options that I can use the base to ignore the aspect to bring in.
Finn's
And
really good.
Yeah. The turns I was able to bring in, especially the Rancor, I managed to kill a Jabba that had deployed, and I killed him with the Rancor the following turn. It was great. Went 2-1, did really, really well. My favorite part was being able to deploy the 1-cost unit that you could pay 1 more to get a shield, then give him the adventurer sniper rifle, which reduces the health down to 1, and then having a couple of sentinel units that they couldn't attack my shield, and I just kept on pinging people constantly, like killing them, knocking them out, and yeah, that was absolutely clutch. That helped me win the game.
So you had more first turn plays in your deck than I had combined across 2
Yeah.
releases.
By far. And
Great.
oddly enough, the client was in my my pack that I won, so that was great.
Wait, you got the client showcase too?
No,
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 I
you
just
just
got
had
the
the
client.
leader.
Period.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, so it sounds like you made that deck work. I hadn't seen anybody play Aura Green. I saw Aura
Really?
Reds. Yeah, it was Reds and Yellows this weekend that people were playing.
Oh, I didn't see any Aura Yellow, but I saw a fair bit of Aura Red and Green.
Yeah. Maybe the people who had
I mean,
auras just
Kinda
didn't get a good
depends on your
pool. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's the
pool,
majority
yeah.
of the construction.
Yeah, I mean, oddly enough, the majority of my units that I had, they weren't like big hitters, but they were enough where if they hit, they would leave them with oddly enough 1 health, and then I can ping with aura. And so like it was just enough attack for me to do it, and then I can go wide and put damage into the base over time, and I just controlled like the ground game pretty well, and had sentinels in space when I needed it. So yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Just realized JJ's not on our screen, so nobody can see your pretty face.
I can see him.
I can see everybody.
And
me too.
not on the cast though. Nobody can see you.
Oh, okay.
So
Great. I'm just the faceless ghost.
you were behind Sam.
Oh, do that like 4 different JJ images of him in a slightly different posture to make it seem like he's still on the cast.
Yeah,
That was
remember
fun.
when I did that? That was fun.
Yeah, that
I
was
like that. Yeah, I like that.
Dude, that was hilarious. That was great.
My weekend was a little bit different. I actually started pre-release on Thursday. So that was kind of fun. I got to play Thursday night. I played a Boba Green. Or no, it wasn't Boba Green, Boba Yellow. I put Boba Green, but I think it's Boba Yellow. Anyways, it was green yellow. I can't remember if Boba's yellow or green.
Boba is
anymore.
green.
All right, so it was Boba Yellow. I did not play Boba Green. I pulled in in those packs. I had 2 Jango Fett's, a Finn, and a 2 Bobas, a Finn, and a Jango Fett. So I felt like I didn't get a choice, and I had to play Boba Fett. I probably should have played Jabba.
Yeah, why don't you play Jabba? That seems better.
I don't know, because I like
Then
the
you could get more use out of Django.
You could, and that would. I won or lost almost all of my games by 7 resources. We'll just put it that way.
Jeez.
I had quite a bit of like for the Boba deck. I had some good. I had Haymaker, so my weekend is Haymaker weekend. Just that was my whole weekend. Every card I got I had Haymaker. This Haymaker that it was awful.
Lucky
For
you.
other people, yes. Other people were very sad. So the first round for that day I played against a Val. I went 2-1. I lost the last game by like 1 action, so it came down to the end. So that was pretty fun. Then I played against I don't remember what I played next against. Oh, somebody's playing Saw, and that was super fun to play against, actually. That was actually fun to play against. And those games all went very close to the wire, too, because they were just able to, push damage. But I ended up winning that round, and then the last round, I don't remember who I played, but I played somebody else the last round. Maybe it was a Boba Fett or another Val, I don't remember. But yeah, the day was essentially my Jango Fett and my Bobas. Those are what won me like the games for that deck. And then on Friday and Saturday I played Val Green, which felt dirty. Some of it's because I have reps with Val. So I kind of understood a little bit what to do most of the time. I will say the Val matchup hates a good Jabba matchup. Just so everybody knows, if you're playing and you don't want to have to play Val and you get a decent Jabba pool with like a lot of bounce cards, play Jabba because it'll wreck the Vels. Vels hate Jabba with a passion.
And Callus. Let me tell you. Playing my cards on curve is really nice.
Yeah, exactly. So I had like my Val Friday night. My Friday night Val was just stupid. It was like I had a Tantive, I had an Obi-Wan, I had a Rey unit, I had what else did I have? Oh, I had another Finn. So if anybody needs Finns, I literally probably have 6 Finns now. So
He's
I'll
like
take
an
it.
uncommon,
I'll take
I
it.
think, right? Like he's
he's an uncommon. Yeah, I pulled him like every freaking pool I had a Finn. It was
he's a
awful.
really good one to pull.
Yeah, it was super nice because he just ambushes, and when you play Val, it just gives a shield to your Sentinel. So, I had quite a bit of Sentinel.
One shots Boba.
He does one shot Boba. Nobody else but me played Boba. I think this weekend.
No,
It felt
Ryan
like.
played Staniszewski played Boba, and I
Did
killed
he?
Boba by ambushing the Finn into him.
Yeah, I bet he hated that. Sad day for your Boba. So I played Val on Friday and Saturday. Friday was kind of a sweep. Like they were the games. I just had a really good pool. The last guy I played was against a Val Yellow, and that was tough because he could bounce and I could not. But when you get 2 Haymakers and 2 Lost and Forgottens, I mean, like you have 4 effing like removal cards, and I play control, so And then Saturday was the same thing. I actually had 3 Lost and Forgottens and 2 Haymakers, and I actually cut a Lost and Forgotten because I needed to cut freaking control cards for units because I wanted units to actually play the game with. And that day, my first round that day was a Jabba, and I probably shouldn't have won that game, the last game, the game 3, because the first game one I handily took. The second game they won because they were able to bounce my stuff because I only pulled lower cost stuff for that game. At the third game, they made a misplay and they had that cloaking card that Sam absolutely loves. And they
Shadow cloaking.
Yep. And they should have used their base and played that card and readied one of their units. And instead they deployed Jabba. And then I swung in because I thought that they were going to, do it. And then he didn't have a pump and he was 1 damage short, which he had a unit on board that was 4 damage and that would have won him the game. So, that was kind of a feel bad. And then I played against, I don't remember. I played against, I don't know. Play against a Vader? No, it wasn't a Vader. I don't remember. And then the last round I played against my son Monty. And I helped Monty build their deck. And they had Tobias, and they had every effing blue yellow card you could imagine. I don't even understand how he got all these and got a Tobias. Like it was golden. And it was horrible. It was funny because I think they thought they were going to win game 1 because I was just handing them credit tokens. They're like, yes, give me credit tokens, because they had so many bombs. They had those 10 ships in space. They had 2 or 3 of these stupid things.
God, I would kill for any of your guys' pool. This is wild.
Yeah.
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 And exactly. And so that was that. So the first game, they kept giving me units, and so then I was aggroing their base, and I did the math, and I was like, all right, they just dropped a 10 ship. They can't do anything else this turn. They have no other units. I can get them within 8 damage, and no matter what they do, unless they can wipe my board, I win. And I just kept giving them credit tokens. The second game, I was a little bit nicer, and I didn't give them credit tokens as much because that was a mistake. I learned that one the hard way. Don't get Tobias, especially when I built their deck too. I knew what was in their deck because I helped them build the deck, so I knew what was in there. And I played a Val Red, so I played John. John had a Val Red, and that was not super fun to play a mirror match either. So
my first round opponent at Excel had Val Red with triple of the 1/4 2/2 damage, and also triple the 3/1 1-drop red units.
Oh man!
Holy crap!
That's rough.
Yep.
That is
my
rough.
gosh!
Oh man!
I have 2 collateral damage, so that was about it.
Oh man!
Actually, I think I
That
killed
is
first
rough.
one of his units on turn 1 because that was the only thing I have because I barely have any first turn plays. So I'm just like, well, here's a kill switch. I'll kill the 3/1 at least.
True. Yeah, with the Boba deck, I had a harder time. I only had 6 turn 1 plays, but with Val, I had 8 both games or both days. So, my Val pools were just I like hero green, like Merry Christmas, my splash cards. I had to put more splash cards Saturdays. My Friday splash cards were literally thin. And that was it. That was the only splash card I actually needed. Saturday, I put those 1/1 pump or 2/1 or 2 cost or 1 cost red pumps or whatever they called. I don't know what they're called, but the Saboteur ones. I put those pumps in, and then I put I finally got Arvel, which was super nice.
Nice.
But that's how I lost the second game to Jabba, is because I played the Arvel. Killed their credit. They still had enough to play their own Arvel, and then they bounced my Arvel, and then I didn't have any good cards really to play after that. I was just like, well, I don't know what to do because I was just going to buff this stupid thing, but did not work. So as a roundup real quick, I know, Sam, you didn't play any games, unfortunately. But so do we feel, I threw the leaders up on the screen. Do we feel our predictions were right? Though I will say, Tobias, I think probably could move to the middle, but outside of that, I don't know if there's any other ones that would move. I think Boba Fett only worked for me because I had a stupid pool. I think that's it.
You can't say that about Tobias for Monty.
But I don't think those cards were what won him the game. I mean, I think because like all the stuff that was the high end stuff that he had, the bombs were not what won him. Those are what won him the game. It was not the multicolored stuff he had. But he did have a lot of multicolored stuff. But I don't think Monty's wins were based on that. I think it was more because people didn't understand quite what was going on and that he had the bombs. And once you played the bombs, unless you've done 60-70% damage to his base, there was nothing you could do. Like, what are you going to do about a 10-10 in space? You know, like nothing.
Lost and forgotten.
If you have it, yep. I have them.
Yeah, you get a lot apparently.
Oh, yeah. That's a common, which is crazy. None of you all got lost and forgotten.
I had 2 off aspect ones I threw in my Lando deck, and I had 1 in my Callus deck. That's about it.
Crazy.
I think I got 1. I haven't had time to like sort all of my cards since the event. So, but I'm pretty sure I got 1.
Well, hopefully you played it, because that card is like one of the best cards in Sealed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it was part of my deck. I just don't think I drew it the entire event.
All right. Anybody else feel any of the other leaders not good? Anything needs to move around after this weekend?
Honestly, my first match was against Leia. Leia hilariously like deployed and got killed immediately from like a regular unit that I had.
I'm shocked.
And then did nothing for the rest of the games. And I felt bad because he was kind of like a newer player. Jabba definitely felt stronger than what I felt that he should be, but I have to get more games in against Jabba to really form an opinion. Aura definitely felt very, very good. You do have to build a deck that's really tuned to take advantage of her deck. I mean, in the 2 games that I won, I was able to eliminate about combined 10 units just using her ability. Just regularly getting units down to 1, and before I had to deploy her. And she felt very, very good for what she could do. So she felt really strong as long as I had the right set of cards out available. And of course, once you start building with a regular deck and have to set a correct amount of cards, that can happen a lot more frequently. So she definitely felt very good to play. So I think so far everything's good.
Yeah, so thanks for confirming most of what I wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's okay though, right? Like, I think that's good that we were pretty close to what it was. So
yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Eternal. How about that? Let's talk a little bit about Eternal. We're gonna talk a little bit about Eternal. So FFG, after they couldn't get their stream going on Wednesday, threw their update onto Friday. Just fine with me. Other than I wanted to know Wednesday because I want to start building Eternal decks. But the news is here. The gang is back, baby. That's what it is. And I'd throw us all in It's Always Sunny pictures if we maybe after the show we'll talk about who each person is, and then we could throw each other's pictures onto it and we could say the gang's all back, and I'll change the slide for it. But yeah, basically they told us 0 bans in Eternal. So you want to play Force Throw? It's back on the menu, Sam. There you go. You got your Yoda Red back, baby.
I've got my Hyperspace playset tucked in a little like cabinet in the side of my drawer over here because I knew this day would come. So I have them like preset out so I could use them.
Awesome. See, there you go. Unfortunately, you cannot play those at locals yet until we do an Eternal Day. So just as an FYI, I don't want to see Force Throw until Eternal, please. But that also means Django and Boba are back, and DJ, which Sam, I think you should be more excited for, because now you can do your Han shenanigans, which, by the way, I still have a Han showcase if you would like to purchase it. Because,
Same.
you know, yeah, we have 2 Han showcases. You can actually buy both of them and play both of them. I don't know, Alex. Alex wanted 800. I think mine. I'll come in at $7.99. I don't know. You know,
$1,
$2.
But that also means we get triple raid back. Which, I'll be honest, I'm actually excited to build a Darth Vader pilot triple raid deck. Thank you.
Yep.
Because we never got to do it, and so I don't care if it's good or not. I'm going to be playing it, and it's going to be fun. So JJ and I will probably work on that together. We will do it. We will do an Eternal. We'll do an internal Discord stream next week or something like that, and we'll throw together our Vader and we'll test it. Nobody's gonna want to play us though. So it's gonna have you and I are gonna have to play each other. No, people are gonna be like, "Who thought that was a good idea?"
I'll do it.
All right, we'll play against Sam and his crazy Nalase deck. There you go.
Ooh, I do have an LSA Eternal deck.
What they also announced is that they will be watching the meta closely. There is 10 Eternal PQs, so I don't know how they're going to watch it that closely because there's only 10 chances. But if something is broken, they basically said that they will correct it and fix it right away, which my guess means they're going to ban it. They aren't going to errata
Yeah,
it.
right.
I wish they would just errata certain things or like, for example, with Django, I think Django would be fine if you either errated it so that when he flipped, he could only like exhaust one person. Or if they got rid of maybe that stupid War Juggernaut ship thing. Because like I think that's really the biggest offender out of all of them. There's a few things, but like because he comes out on 5, Topple the Summit's not as easy to do. It's a lot harder to do multiple units.
TDR
Then-
5.
TDR is still an issue.
Devastator, just
Yep.
bonk,
Sure.
bonk, bonk, bonk.
But so they did say that they will watch that. And then ironically enough, they went ahead and streamed somebody playing Django who won, I think, every game of Eternal that played. So just as an FYI, so one of the devs already built it and played it. I streamed for everybody for it. And then the last announcement that they had was that they are going to be taking feedback forms for events. So if you go to an event and you enjoy the Eternal, for example, please tell them you liked it so that we get more of them. Because unfortunately, the only Eternal event around us in any way, shape, or form that's not in Canada is the same weekend as our Michigan PQ. And we cannot go to that because we will be streaming the PQ in Michigan. So we are
Where
not
is the
allowed to go.
Eternal thing?
And they're doing it at Pastimes. I think it's Pastimes. It's either Pastimes or it's another one by Pastimes. I can't remember. I'd have to look it up, but no, Sam, come to the Michigan PQ, please, and hang out with us there. When you get your ass handed to you, you can then join me and Alex in this booth, and we'll rotate commentary. So that's what'll happen.
And I already am going to Canada on that weekend for the Eternal PQ, so I guess I don't need to go to 2.
Oh, you are? You're gonna go to Toronto? Really?
Oh yeah. My
Oh.
friend has a cabin up there, so I was like, "Yo, we're staying at your cabin," and he went, "Okay." So we're going.
Can you do that again?
Okay.
Is that how he sounds?
Exactly
No, I
how-
want to go just so I can hear him say that. Is he gonna be at his cabin with you?
Yeah, like me, him, and Dion are all staying at his cabin,
Nice.
most likely.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about Eternal. Like, what are we excited for? What are we not excited for? Like, is this something that it excites you all? So we'll start with. I know what Sam's reaction is. So we'll start with Alex and kind of go down the list. So, Alex, what are your thoughts?
I haven't looked into anything really too much in Eternal, other than I cut my trench deck down to 60 cards. I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. I'm too busy looking at the new stuff to like think about integrating it into previous decks that I've made. But it would be nice to play Emperor Palpatine again.
I know we're not even like a week out of rotation, and like you're already getting
Yeah.
withdrawals.
I mean, he's a very fun leader. I enjoy him.
All right, Sam, what's your thoughts? What are you thinking about Eternal? I heard you're going to Eternal PQ, I guess. So there you go.
I literally just told you that. But yeah, so I have barely been working on any Premiere stuff. It has been strictly Eternal, and it's a pain trying to find like Carabas lobbies when no one wants to play Eternal, when I'm just gonna force throw my own hand and not theirs ever. But I have gotten a lot of hate messages for it so far. But yeah, I'm probably gonna be the Eternal guy rather than the Premiere guy for a little bit.
All right, JJ.
I'm excited, man. I mean, you mean all that money I spent getting all these rare cards are still valid? Yes, of course. I'm super excited for Eternal. Especially, trying out combinations for cards that have been banned for a while with some of the new stuff just to see how broken you can make stuff here. It's great. And in the end of the day, I want to break out my old We Are Data t-shirt again that we had from our X-Wing days, just for FFG, so we can show them how broken things can be and let them know. So yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Eternal idea. I would be a little bit more excited if people did store showdowns with it. I actually would play an Eternal store showdown. I wish they would triple the store showdown kits. I guess that makes the cards unvaluable and people get pissed about that, but it would be really cool to do that, or if stores would put something like that together. I don't know if I put an Eternal tournament together, will anybody show up, other than you won't show because you work on Saturdays or you work
day off.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll put together one for West Michigan and see what we can get. You could talk to Brian. Maybe Wolf will want to donate some product to give away.
Or we could just run it at Wolf. And I can just set the event up.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But yeah, if you anyway, the idea of Eternal Light makes me very excited. I would be a little scared, but I would also be wanting to go to an Eternal PQ if I could. So I don't know, Toronto sounds good. I would actually probably go to Toronto too, depending on how far that is and when it correlates to the other stuff, because I don't say I want to play Django, so don't worry. I would only play it if it's broken and beats everything else. And I genuinely don't think that that's the case. I think that it can help keep tempo some of those crazy aggro decks that we're going to get out of this. And I think that's kind of needed. I'm more excited to play Boba or Vader with Triple Dark Ray, personally. And of course, the Trench. I mean, there's always going to be a spot in my heart for Trench and for Deidre Heart Control. So, but now I can there you go. I've always said I'd bring Trench to a PQ, and I never did. Maybe we get an Eternal PQ, and it'll be the first time I bring Trench to a Eternal PQ.
If you go to Toronto with that, I'm not going. I will cancel my ticket day of.
I'll go to Toronto and play Trench.
All right, hold on. So, Sam, you said you had a buddy that has a cabin. Alex and I need a place to stay. You could stay home. We'll hang out with Dion. I'm old enough to purchase some special stuff there that I'm sure Dion and them would like.
I can still stay at the cabin. What the hell is this? I'm getting kicked out of the cabin now.
Yeah, you don't want to go play against Trench in probably a 150 person PQ that you'll never see me and Alex in.
The top 8, and I'm gonna be like, well, I hate life now because I have to have a rematch of Trench, milling all 60 cards out of my deck and then milling another 70.
Wait till you play me next week in Riftbound. Just wait till next week.
I'm gonna sell all my Riftbound stuff now.
So anyway, I think that's enough on Eternal. I like I said, I am excited that we still get that format, but I think kind of like FFG says, we'll see how it goes and kind of go from there. So, all right. Well, the next segment I wanted to cover tonight is let's talk a little bit about a few lists. Oh my God, Tom Selleck, where'd you come from? I don't remember who coined that. Yeah, that was you, baby. That was all you. I made the stupid, very crappy meme that I have on the screen now.
What is that?
It's Tom Selleck's face.
I just saw it like 10 minutes ago.
And he's holding the 3 decks that we're going to, talk about tonight. Yeah. So if you didn't know, we're doing a villain edition.
I was going to say, also, for people not quite understanding, the new Red Vader, the shadow on his face makes it look like he just has Tom Selleck's mustache, and that's all I see.
Yep, and I've told everybody that at every pre-release we went to and somebody pulled a Vader, I just said, Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck.
I'm sure no one disagreed with you.
Nope, so far, a couple people didn't know what I was talking about, but that could be an age thing. So, we are old, Alex, so.
I thought I was like the only young player that played these card games.
No.
I have Justin. He's like 19. Yeah. That's about it.
He doesn't look 19 though. He's a giant.
Yeah.
That kid's tall as hell. That kid's like 2 JJs to put together. It'd be like if we had 2 JJs and put him in a trench coat. That's Justin.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like 6'9".
He's the Jolly Green JJ, man.
Yeah, that kid is so tall. Like you have to kind of like look up to talk to him sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have 3 decks, and I will continue to bring decks just because I right now feels like the Wild West, right? And like I know that there's some debate on well, we have a few leaders we think are really good, and I personally believe that there is probably like a 35% viability right now for the leaders. So 35% of all the leaders we currently have in the pool have viability into the meta until some staples kind of get moved around. I don't think there's anything insanely broken that can't be beat outside of maybe a few cards, which we'll talk about in our last segment. But I wanted to actually go through decks tonight because I thought it was fun. And Alex sent me a deck for Red Thrawn, which is JJ's Bay right here. This is the JJ deck he wishes that he had all the cards for. So
Yep.
I mean, I also wish I had all the cards for this as well. I'm a little short on a couple of them. But yeah, this is Blue Thrawn Red. I guess I don't really necessarily have to specify Blue Thrawn anymore. But yeah, so it's triple the FO Stormtroopers, double the Imperial Door Technician, triple Flash the Vents. That is the attack with the unit. It gets +2 and overwhelm, and if it did any damage to the base, you defeat it. So it's like a heroic sack, but I get overwhelmed. That's cool. Triple Cavern Angels X-Wing. Works really well with Flash of Events for just 8 damage to base. Triple Chio, right? I'm assuming that's how you pronounce his name. Chio, triple Krennic, because you have a deck of when defeateds. Triple Night Sister Warrior, double Onyx Squadron Brute, double the Battle of Hoth. Add a Relazul. That's when he dies. You strip a card from your opponent, so that's cool. Triple Death Trooper for when they're not cooperating with you. Double Droid Missile Platform. Double Aggressive Negotiations, because there's actually a fair bit of card draw on this, especially with Thrawn's like when defeated for the Night Sister Warriors. Triple Price. When defeated, like just kill all their units, your own units. Double of the Governor's Shuttle, one of the few ways of outing leaders, and also it's like merciless contest, so choose whatever unit you want to defeat. Triple No Glory, because it's No Glory. Double of the Chimera, the Thrawn ship. That's fun. Draw more cards. Triple the Mandalorian, the new one from this set. Draws a card and gets a shield. Double Nihilus for if they're really still not cooperating with you. A single copy of Hyperspace Disaster, because you don't really have too many ships in here. Double Red Devastator and double single reactor ignition for more damage. And then the side I have double Outer Rim Constable, double Condemned, double Lost and Forgotten, double Planetary, a second Hyperspace Disaster, and a third Devastator. So it's like kind of mid-range, but like kind of aggro burn. It's fun. It's versatile.
I'll say it's very kind of like, it feels like a toolboxy style deck, right?
It can go fast, or it can like control other aggro decks and like kind of finish out games.
Yeah.
The Tool Devastator and the single reactor ignition.
Yeah, so I like the single reactor ignitions. I still like. We're going to talk about my Vader deck, and like I don't have that in the main board, and maybe I should. I don't know, but like, okay, so I do have a question. So I understand like the hyperspace, the hyperspace disaster. Why not 2 of them then? Because you don't have any ships. I mean you have other ways ships to take.
Like I still have 2 Chimeras, and like double Droid Missile Platform, and also like triple No Glory. So like space isn't like scary. But I just wanted 1 in the deck just in case I go up to like, oh, they're playing more ships than I really want. But you can probably race a lot of space decks with this deck.
Okay. So that's more of the reason, because you have the ability to race, so you don't need it. And like, it's funny because you have the Lost and Forgottens on the side. Like, I don't know if maybe it's just because I'm a control player. I just I put those in the deck I built over the Hyperspace Disaster. I put those in the side because I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. But that's I like.
Okay.
I just like them better. The removal piece of it better, I guess.
Yeah, but this isn't like really geared for control. I mean, the sideboard kind of is. True. It's like, oh, we need a little bit more control or a little bit more healing or something. Which is why I put that in there. That's my justification for that.
I do like the Mandalorian quite a bit. I wish it was like he had a wind played and wind defeated ability, so you could get it off with a Chimera, but you just can't. So
I mean, it's when you draw one more cards during your action phase, like get a shield, right? So like
Mhm.
Night Sister Warrior dies, you draw a card, then you trigger Thrawn again, and I believe you just get a second shield. Because they're like two different instances of drawing a card.
that
Yeah.
I don't know.
And also like Geo draws you cards, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's cool you can stack shields on them if you really needed to. Hopefully they don't have a Deppa.
I really like that Imperial Technician too, just the ability to heal. Like it's like now we have a space unit and a ground unit that heals our base. So
Yep, that's why I have 2 of each, just in case I need to heal 4. But also like, yeah, it just seems pretty straightforward to me. Again, like Nihilus is you have a lot of 1 health things, so it's a lot of the times just like I play Cavern Angels and then I swing in with my Nihilus and I do 4 damage to you plus Nihilus's attack.
which is kind of dirty, sneaky because usually people don't kill their own units. So
Right, and Thrawn, you want to, right? Which is why I have
Mhm.
Death Troopers and Nihilus in there, just because if your opponent's not like killing your stuff, at least you can kill your own
yeah.
and flash the vents. And Governor Shuttle.
All right. Anybody else, or we move on to Sam's Jabba deck?
I know JJ, I sent you this deck already. Have you
Yeah.
like messed around with it at all?
There were a couple of things I was like moving around mainly because I really do like the CR90s as like healing units, but
fair.
like after trying it, I only got to try it twice, but having those lower costed healing effects definitely is really good to have. You just gotta play them at the right time, because in my other version of this deck, I tend to have the brutes out early, and they are okay when they can, but I like having more late game stuff, but it's just a matter of time and when to put them out. So yeah,
That's fair. I mean, like the brutes and the Dortax are not great if you have nothing to restore.
yeah, exactly.
All right. The next deck we got for you is a Jabba yellow deck, and it is not a Yabba Dabba Doo deck. So Sam won't get that reference, but
I do get that right.
It is a Force deck, though.
it is a Force deck, which is funny because I also built a Force deck and didn't realize that I was going to put yours in here until after I put mine in there.
I have one of each. I have a 30 health and a Force one.
Yeah. So, Sam, tell us about your deck.
So first, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Alex, your local Kevin, put me onto this idea like a little while ago. He was like, "I'm testing out this Jabba Yellow. You've really got to try this. Like, just make a list and figure it out." Like when we were in Milwaukee. So I'm like, okay. So I did, and I'm at like I want to say 70 or 65% win rate with this deck, which is unusual for me because I'm like a pretty 50-50 player. But so we've got a Jabba from Lawless Time, Yellow Force.
That's not Lawless Time Jabba. That's Secrets
Oh
Jabba.
no, Secret Jabba. What am I on? All right, so we got 3 of emergency powers, 3 Sheen Flurries, 3 Aura Sings, 3 Karis, the blue one, not Namek, 3 Secretive Sage, 3 Treya's Acolyte, 3 Death Trooper, 2 defense fleet X-wings, which have since been changed to
The Contracted Jump Master.
Yep, that one. 2 Beguiles, 3 Condemn, 2 Constructed Lightsaber, 2 Darth Tyrannus, 3 Talzin's Assassin, 2 Shatterpoint, 2 of the yellow 5-cost Boba, 3 of the Stranger, 2 Anakin, 2 Corporate light defense cruisers, 2 Vader, 2 Finn, 2 Pong Krell. In the side, we have 1 Beguile, 1 more, which would be Contracted Jumpmaster, 1 Shatterpoint, 3 No Glory, 1 extra Corporate Light Cruiser, 1 Vader, and then 2 of the new Fetz Fire Spray. So this is very just toolboxy. Like the whole thing is just take damage, play control heavy for a while, and then have 2 turns of you just slam them with all the damage that you've taken back. Pong Krell, when you get him to kill 3 units in 1 turn, I have never had an opponent not quit after killing 3 units in 1 turn. And it's just so emergency powers, like you either have Beguile, No Glory, or the 6-cost heal 3 that you guys were talking about. kill spell, blue. I don't know what it's called.
Lost and Forgotten. I didn't know you wanted a name for that.
Oh yeah, that one. Or else like you just kind of die because emergency powers on 7 resources giving +6 to anything. There's not a really good way around that, especially on a Pawn Krell that's just going to keep eating your units. But yeah, it's a very fun deck. It just needs a turret.
You could put Condemn on them. You don't have Condemn in here, and like
He
I would
does
just.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, do you? Where
Triple
else?
Condemn, right in the middle.
Oh. All right. Well, I could just play my own Condemned on you, and then your grit means nothing, and your
Sure.
your other thing. I guess like you still get the 6. You still get a couple of damage in, but still not as much. But there is other. I think there's other ways to kill it than those 3 cards. But
Those are like the big ones, though.
I mean,
I
Will
don't
the
remember.
Force makes it so you don't even have to bounce 6 or less. That's just
Oh
anything.
yeah,
So you
That's
can
right.
bounce like a Pawn Grow.
but don't you have to play a? Isn't it a? You have
It
to
is
use
just
force?
a 4-cost bounce the thing. If you wanted to, you can spend the Force and rip a card out of their hand.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it
people
was
just forgot that
optional
card
for
exists. It's fine. I'd rather play a 6-cost 3/3 instead of a 4-cost bounce.
the.
hmm.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
So, any changes to the deck?
Just the contracted jump master. I know that I want to have more space units just in case I want to pivot. I know I want Churret. It's just trying to find a lot of these things. Like I could very easily just take out Talzin's Assassin and like Darth Tyrannus and still have everything, but just switch it to the off aspect base and then play like the 5-cost new Overwhelming Barrage card, the blue green, or like some of these other good splash cards that I can
Then
just
you
put in.
wouldn't have the Force, which is what your whole deck is.
Well, not
Yeah.
the entire deck. I can really easily play without the Force if I take out 7 cards. It's a non-Force package, and just still have all the same stuff.
Also, lack of Shinhati over Death Troopers hurts me.
Well, yeah, I just like Death Trooper because you get the 4 damage instantly do unit and just having the 3/1 body left over, which I get you still do with the shield, but it's just you can spread it. I don't know. There's reasonings. I just don't have them.
All right. So a question I have, right? Like I think like I don't know. I think the contracted jump master is smart, but like I feel like the Aura Sings, you could cut Aura Sings in this, right? Like I feel like you
Yeah.
have so many. Like I think that and the Death Troopers, like those two, like I get the logic in the Death Troopers. Don't get me wrong, we played them a lot in Jabba Green, but I don't. It feels counterintuitive to your game plan, I think, and you don't have very much removal in here. Like I would at minimum have 3 shatter points. I don't think that if you're going to run a Force deck, I would have the shatter points.
No, he's got 2.
I would have 3, but I would have 3. You don't have space removal. You'll have 2 Sentinels in space. Like how do you? I guess you have Anakin. You have 2 Anakins, but that's
That's
it.
where
Like
the Carpet Light Cruiser comes in. For like any of those decks that are pilot decks, I claim with Jabba on the field, I have this and I can wipe 2 of their units just by having that ambush, whatever. And I've always cleared their space arena by doing so.
yeah, and you don't have turrets either. I don't see
Yeah,
turrets in
yeah.
here, right?
That's
He's
what
gonna
I
add
said.
those.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what he wants to add in. Yeah.
But I actually run the Fast Fire Sprays over the Corporate Light Cruisers, which I do really like those cards. I just run the Fast Fire Sprays over them in my Jabba deck, and I have to double check on that timing. But doing like the Jabba bounce might kill them before the Fats Fire Spray like ends its attack, so you might actually get a credit token out of there. I got to double check what that timing is.
Yeah, I just know that I only put those in there for pilot decks, really. I just like that it's able to kill a 5 health unit because of how big the Punishing Wounds are getting right now. So instead of having to have Jabba out, play the Fet's Fire Spray, attack, and then deal the damage into that, I could also deal the damage into another thing just to try and keep them.
I mean, I also have more removal than you do, so maybe
That's fair.
that'll do it too. I would also just have Owens over Aura. It helps immensely.
I wanted to have a solid 2-cost baseline where I'm always having a turn 1 play that isn't Night Sister Warrior, that is just good statted. just to get like a solid foundation when I'm playing against other decks. So I always have something in my kit. It's like, all right, even if I'm playing 2/2 drops and paying the 1 for Jabba ability, I still have 2/2/4s or the 1/4 with Raid or 2/2 Shieldeds, like just something decent. But,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like. I'll be honest. I'm in the Alex camp of I don't like the auras in this deck. I think if you went off of a Force deck, I think it would be fine. And like, because the real question is are you getting more value out of this than you would get out of Talzin? Because this is like
No, the real
Talzin.
question is why are you running a Force deck with like Shatterpoint basically being your only payoff?
yeah, it's just Shatterpoint and Talzin's Assassin, really. Like, you don't need Darth Tyrannus in this deck.
Well,
That's
and
what
the
I mean, is I could switch that so easily.
You also have She and Fury. You don't get She and Fury in a non-Force deck, right?
Dude,
You do. It just has to be a Force unit that you ambush. That's all.
yeah,
Okay.
so I would just keep the same package and change those 7 cards to like the splash cards or the whatever, so it wasn't a Force space specifically.
All right. Well, let's move on to the last deck that we have. I have Tom Selleck uses the Force. That's my Vader 7 Force deck. I am also on the verge of just saying I don't know if I give a shit about the Force piece of it. To be perfectly honest with you. But I will say it is, some of the stuff is nice with like the turrets, right? It's a little harder to find Sentinels than we used to have before. And I really like my shatter points. And there is some red removal that I have not tested that is like Force based that actually might be worth putting in the deck. But I've actually had okay success with this. It is a little heavy on cards. Like I am at 55 cards. I will tell you ahead of time. This is just me testing my stuff, but I felt it was good enough that like we could actually talk through it. My sideboard is just the cards that I have in flux with testing. So I have 3 Owens, 3 That's a Rock. Which JJ, what is that from? What is That's a Rock? Is that like something Ezra
it's from,
says in?
Solo
No,
movie?
it's from Han Solo movie.
Mhm.
Okay.
He says it to the
Lady Proxima.
yeah, Lady Proxima. Yeah, and
Okay.
he throws it through the glass. Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah. For like a 15-year-old movie.
I know, right?
I have 2 Acolyte of the Beyonds, 3 Chios, 3 Karis, 2 Night Sister Warrior, 3 of the Grand Inquisitor, 2 Marin, 3 Supremacy Ties, 2 No Disintegration, 3 Condemned, 3 Turrets, 2 Darth Tyrannuses, 3 Talzin's Assassin, 3 Shatter Points, 3 Rays, which I don't know what set is that. That's set 5 Ray. There you go. Set 5 Ray. Yep. 3 No Glories, 3 Anakins, 2 Cintas, 2 Lost and Forgotten, 2 Devastators, and 1 Annihilator. The sideboard cards, which I'm toying with right now, is 2 single reactor ignitions, a Lawbringer, Fear and Deadman, Hyperspace Disaster, the new Mandalorian set 7 unit, and Ki Mundi. When I've been playing, I feel Ki is just not needed, I guess. Like it just feels like I do like the extra card draw, but it feels greedy to me, I guess. Like what you're paying for it. And like for the Anakin, like the Rays aren't even there for the Anakin. The Rays are there just because you get to do damage to things. And what this deck tries to do is help you draw a bunch of cards, discard the cards to be able to use the damage, and then redirect damage to different things that you need to kill. And again, the Annihilator is probably not needed, but Tanner has a problem not putting Annihilators in things, so I don't think the Annihilator is needed. That's probably a cut card. But yeah. So this is my deck. This is essentially you should have enough that when you get to like the Vader flip turn, you'll have the ability to kind of close the game out. Typically, I don't have aggressive negotiations in there, ironically enough, and maybe that's a discussion point. Maybe it should be in there, but I kind of felt like if you're discarding cards from your hand, like, are you going to ever be able to use it? I don't know. But the idea is I like it for the fact that I could play the units down, discard a card, right, and then be able to use my other units to kind of stop and clean up, and then basically just hopefully win with the Anakins and the Cintas and stuff like that. No disintegration is weird. Like, I actually really just like that card, I think, more than I thought I ever would. And maybe it's just
it works for decks like this.
yeah,
Or
like this
Aura.
and
That's
Aura.
part of the game.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's a better removal card than I originally had thought. I still think it actually
I'm
now
pretty
that
sure you yelled at me about this card last week.
Yes.
did I don't remember yelling at you about this
We've
card.
had several discussions as a podcast, 3 that I can think of, and one of them I was not here for because, yes. But No Disintegrations is a top 5 card in the game right now, at least.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
anyways,
I don't know. I found myself liking it almost more than, let's call it, War sometimes, just because it does the extra damage and because I can ping the other one. So I do agree you wouldn't play it in some other stuff, but I don't know. So what do you think of the deck? I mean, without playing it, I don't know. I'm trying to make Vader work. That's what I'm trying to do.
why do you have the raise? I mean, like, I guess you draw it off Geo, but that's it, right? I mean, also Anakin, but like,
Mm-hmm.
you can run
Anakin.
billion
Anything.
and other hero cards for Anakin.
Yeah, a lot of it's for the Chios, right? It's for the Chios and stuff like that because it does the extra damage. The Night Sisters, you get it with.
Yeah, it
It's-
just seems like kind of iffy.
It could be a little cheeky. Yup, you're right. It could be cheeky, and maybe this is Tanner just being cheeky to begin with. But maybe we swap it out for something else, and it's better. I don't know.
Also, I like Marin, but like Marin in a deck where you're already discarding cards out of your hand seems
Yeah.
Yeah,
bad.
It can be sometimes.
Like you just have a 2/5
Yeah.
for 3, which isn't quite what you want.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm at 55 cards. So the Marins are the Marins tested decently enough because it allowed me to either use Vader ability or Marin if I wanted to. But I don't know. You could cut the Marins and I don't think the deck like suffers that much.
I'm sensing a real lack and notice of a gimmicky aggressive negotiations, and I would like to know why that's not in the deck.
In a
Mhm.
deck that you discard your hand,
Mm-hmm.
you want
'Cause-
aggressive negotiations.
Mm-hmm.
I would never use. What would you use it for?
For the thing that we've argued about, how you can finish off the base by having the card damage, attacking, discarding all the cards, doing that damage to base. We had a whole argument about this. How it
Yeah, I mean,
registers
you get a
the
couple
card
extra
for
attack
that.
out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem to fit in a deck like this.
I think it's
It doesn't
yeah.
seem like yeah.
Yeah, I think this is way too that's too gimmicky to do. So,
Nah.
well, you could build your own Vader deck, damn it, and then we can play each other and see which one.
I think there's too
wins.
much control in this deck for like the aggressive negotiations thing.
Is this really a control deck other than the very like late top end?
I mean, Tanner, you're telling me how are you playing it? Is it not like
Yes, I'm playing it more as a control deck. Yes,
yeah.
like it's what I would call like a soft control with a little bit of. It's a soft control with like an end of mid range. Is this okay? Sam, think of it like the what's the that Vader the Vader 1 blue force deck that I was using. That's
Played that at Milwaukee.
yeah, that's what this is similar-ish to. Like, I don't have my force throw. Actually, now that we play Eternal, I might just build that deck again. But I don't have the force throw and some of the other cheeky things that you can get from it. But you know what the card I missed the most? Force Lightning. I really miss that card so
Not
much.
Power of the Dark Side?
No, not in this deck. I miss Force Lightning more.
Hmm.
I miss Force Lightning. I have hypers of those too, so I have 3 hypers.
I missed Overwhelming Barrage, and it's only been a week. So
Yeah, that's not coming back, JJ, either.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're out of luck on that one. So, all right. Any other critiques, or we can just kind of move on to our last segment?
yeah, go on.
All right. Okay, so that kind of leads into. So Sam wants to talk about aggressive negotiations. I don't think it's wrong to talk about it. We're going to talk about something else first, before we talk about that stupid card. But essentially, the big thing is that's kind of come up. Is people are talking about what cards are too good and should we be banning cards? And obviously, FFG has decided to not ban any cards. Now, they have been very reactive in the past. But I thought it would be good to have a conversation a little bit about, some of the different things. So I think the first thing is let's talk a little bit about some of the leaders. Some of them will not use aggressive negotiations and some of them will. But, I think I forgot Tobias because Tobias belongs on here as well. But these are kind of some of the other leaders that I have on the kind of the watch list. Not all of them are going to use aggressive negotiations, right? But they have other cards that kind of fill out. So Vale, for example, Padme, Obi-Wan, Boba Fett, Luke Skywalker, DJ, they all have different card mechanics and things like that could help maybe possibly break them. Because if we're going to talk about aggressive negotiations, let's talk about some of the other cards that people think could possibly be broken. Sam's favorite card, Emergency Powers, for example, is one that like a lot of people are just like, oh, it'll be fine. But then you don't have like a way to remove all of the things. You have to play blue to specifically remove those type of things. So I guess let's kind of start with Rey. Rey was kind of the first like kind of card that kind of came up and people talking about the fact that you have the ability, but we don't have Yoda anymore. So do we really genuinely think Rey is a card that could possibly be utilized to be broken?
People were saying that Rey is broken.
Well, these maybe not broken, but Rey should be put on a watch list because of some of the interactions that she allows you to do.
I mean, if you're lucky enough to draw her on your draw stuff, then nice bonus.
After however long of playing Yoda Red and going the entire time at Milwaukee and only having Rey on the top of my deck twice out of all the 9 games that I played, yeah, that made me realize that Rey isn't really that amazing. Like, she might be good in Jin, where you can draw her with the pay the one thing, but like
that's about the extent I can think of.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we'll leave Rey alone. Rey is not one that is. Topple the Summit was another one that kind of came up in some of the other shows. People think Topple the Summit, especially like in Boba Fett or units that can spread out multiple damage.
I was going to say, seems good in Boba Fett. That's about it.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Is it good enough that we need to worry about it because it's a leader flip board wipe?
No.
So, I mean, I've in my last PQ that I had, I faced a couple of decks that did have Top of the Summit. It really ended up being a non-factor because you have to aggressively try to damage your opponent's units to set up for the leader flip where you can use Top of the Summit to potentially kill them all. And if you're focusing all your effort into trying to take out those units, you're not putting damage into a base. So you're chasing the condition to make this very effective, but you're not winning the game. So there's some niche cases where this could be very, very good if you're trying to take out a very powerful unit and you just need that little extra push to take them out. But other than that, Top of the Summit does not feel like it's something that's like meta breaking.
I mean, it's a really good stabilization piece for Boba Flip and like kind of in like a Saj pilot, because that she actually does like damage as well, just using her ability. But outside of like that 1.5 liter, I don't really see it really doing much. Like, people were just all excited about it with like Kira Red, and then that never really happened. So, I mean, again, very, very good in Boba Fett, but that's just kind of by the nature of having an indirect damage deck where they just stack the damage on their units enough that like Boba Fett can just ping them all for 1 and probably wipe out 4 to 5 units if you have that many.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to Queen Amidala then. That is kind of the next card that seems to be one of the top cards that people play. Do we feel Queen Amidala has issues or will have issues into this new meta?
Yes.
Okay.
Why do you say that, Sam?
Yeah.
Because I can only think of 3 ways to kill it, and it's all blue, that are not just straight up removal spells. But it's like, all right, let's say you beguile it. All right, they still have 2 spies on the board. You can't, let's call it war it, because you have to take both of the spies then instead of taking Queen Amidala. She can also use other officials, which is the annoying part, like, or other Naboo units, which you don't see a whole lot of, but it's, I don't know, it's just really hard to
I
kill.
mean, it's strong, but I don't think it's like game breaking.
No, but every green hero deck is going to have it. Like, I can't think of a green hero deck other than maybe like a hard aggro wedge deck that's not going to have it, because it's just going to be like a force throw staple where red is going to be the defining, or green is going to be the defining when it comes to hero decks, because people are going to want to play Queen Amidala when it comes to, now we have splash bases. So now that card's going to be put in all the hero decks because there's no reason not to run it if you're already running a splash base. Like,
I'm trying to think of like I mean, I don't have it like my Lando deck. I don't think a lot of force decks I can see kind of running it, sure, but like it's not like, it's kind of an annoying piece, but it's not like, oh no, they played Queen Amidala, I just lose the game.
no,
But also, if
when
you're
did we
playing
ever have a
blue, you
card
just like,
that?
I don't really care. Like nothing left to fear, just kills her immediately.
Or
There's also
Whirlwind
other
of
ones
Power.
Hmm?
Whirlwind of Power.
I mean, I guess that too, or Anakin, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, anything with negs or anything that like strips them of their ability.
Like Force Lightning.
Doesn't
Force lightning.
not quite anymore, but
Back in the day.
Back in my time.
I mean, there's the one cost heroic event, the red one, no way out, or one way out. Sorry, that when you attack with a unit, it gets +1 and overwhelm, and the defender loses all their abilities.
Oh, that's the Andor like card, right?
No,
Oh.
that's Suppression Breeds Rebellion.
Oh.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that card exists too.
Hmm.
I mean,
Well.
there's other outs. You could collateral damage both the spies and then just kill Padme.
In fairness, Sam, yes, technically one way out or no way out is, or one way out is a saying from Andor, but that is a different card. You are correct.
Oh,
You are
it's the one
partially
where it's like-
correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I yeah, it's an annoying piece, but that's there's a lot of annoying pieces in this game. Like Condemn is also really annoying, but like who's saying, kill Condemn?
Sam is, but
I mean, I was gonna say other than Sam, but like,
other than Sam, I don't know. Everybody will sooner or later, I bet. All right, well, let's move on to Chewbacca. Chewbacca, the pilot, being decently good now with only having removal that can kill him through damage, or in red, is Chewbacca pilot a problem? We no longer can bring him out early with Han, right? So we don't have to worry about the Han BS shenanigans any longer. You cannot play a Millennium Falcon turn 1 and then put Chewbacca in it turn 2. You have to at least wait till turn 3 to Chewbacca the pilot. Unless somebody gives you 3 credits, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you then, Sam. Do we feel Chewbacca, because of the fact that you cannot remove him or kill him or do some of these other things without doing damage to him? Is he a problem that is going to be extremely problematic and kind of create a one-sided style game?
you can kill him in every color.
No Glory. What are the other ones?
Like, I mean, outright damage, but like that's which you would get. I mean, like green's probably the weakest because you have like protect the pod and stuff like that for just straight damage. I mean, red has all the upgrade removal, which
Yeah, but
works.
But if you're not running red,
Yeah, and you're not running blue or like yellow, which you can like arrest him, I guess, if you wanted to, if you're playing villainy, which is
Running
really fun. But
mono green.
he's vulnerable to capture. He's vulnerable to outright damage.
Yeah.
Every color has that, and like upgrade removal in red.
only in red. Let's just be very frank. It's no longer, we've lost the upgrade removal in other colors that we've had.
And no Glory. I mean, like...
You do have no glory. That is true. Like, no glory will always be a thing.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which
But
is why the new Ray unit's funny, because you can't no glory her because you can't take control of her.
I can't do anything to her except for run into her.
Yep.
No, it's so annoying.
Luckily, she doesn't come out till 9, hopefully, unless you're giving somebody credits. Then,
Or make your own with Lando.
yeah, or make your own with Lando. So okay, so we're no on the Chewbacca. Okay, man,
Nah.
nobody wants to ban anything.
I don't think there's any card worthy banning right now.
Mhm.
Spoilers, I guess.
There's only one.
All right, let's move on to Sabine's masterpiece.
I'm glad it's playable now.
Yeah,
Whirlwind of Power.
Yeah.
I have like 3 prestiges of this stupid card.
Same.
I mean, I feel like she's gotten stronger. However, not to the point where it requires a ban. I mean, it's still at the end of the day a 3/3 unit. Sure, there are ways of buffing it that it can get even stronger, but even then, it doesn't feel like it's something that's a problem. So
Question I have, JJ, is are you taking your little Sabine's TIE Fighter from X-Wing and bringing it with you to put on the table instead of the cart?
oh man, I'd so want to, man, but that's like it's such a
hard
nice
to find,
tie though.
please.
I love it. It's hard to find, man, and I don't want to break it.
Yeah, say I thought you had one, didn't you?
I do. I absolutely do.
I do not have one. So that is
Ooh, I think I have 2.
you should give me one
Ooh.
for my displays.
Yes, but I mean, like Sabine's masterpiece is like it's kind of cool. I get that people are really like splashing the Spectre units that they think are really, really good in some of their decks. So like you can get more colors on the board, which is fine. It's just like if that's happening and they're snowballing with it, next time they play it, just deal with it. I don't know. I mean, it's fine. Like it's cool that it's like now much more impactful than just like playing it in like Han, where it's just like cool, I can play this first turn and then like get an experience or something with it next turn.
All right, fair enough. Another one is emergency powers. So let's talk about emergency powers, Sam, because everybody has emergency powers nowadays, it seems, and you can't turn off upgrade experience right with some of those cards that turn off abilities. They don't turn off the experience. So you can build a monster, and it is harder to remove some of those, but is it any different than being able to just play a big unit? And that's like I always ask like that type of a question, like is emergency powers really that bad when you can just be able to play a big unit at the same time, because you're paying the same cost as you would pay for a big unit, and it doesn't allow you to swing in right away, so it's not the same token, I guess, right, as we thought it is. Thoughts?
I guess I have 2 speeches. The one speech is emergency powers is good for all these reasons, like you play it after they claim, if they let you go with resources up, or you play a big unit and then the next turn you play emergency powers and double it. Like I have all that kind of spiels that I can give just to piss off Tanner. But I also have the spiel of all of these cards, none of the cards that are on this list are anywhere near a ban list. Why? Galen Urso. Galen Urso just says none of these cards do anything, and then it really doesn't matter.
I mean, you'd have to be playing blue heroic and have Galen at the time and all that kind of stuff.
Or just heroic with a splash base.
I mean, still, again, have to have
Valen
in your
in
hand,
hand.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, there's just like none of these cards are game enders. Emergency powers, yes, that is my number 1 card in the game, like of all time. It beats Force Throw for me just because I feel like I love this card. That's not because it's broken, that's just because I love the card. And I can make all the claims of defense for it that I want to, but there are counters to all of these, and aggressive negotiations really isn't different, but we'll get to that later. So yeah, I mean, it's a great card, and there's so many different ways that you can just straight up win with it. But you can win with any of these.
Yeah, I mean, there's outs, there's still capture, there's still bounce,
Yep.
there's still upgrade removal.
Is there
No.
capture still? Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
the new green Charge of Corruption. I forgot about that
Yep,
one.
yep, and just other things that do that. Moral authority. You know,
yeah.
you got other capture stuff.
But I will say there is no upgrade removal that really touches it outside of Kit Fisto's shit.
Yeah, which was I was gonna say before
Yeah,
Sam
Yeah.
before I answer Sam's question, it's like you also had like Kid Fisto's Aethersprite for like the total removal if you really needed to.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just like if your deck has a couple control cards and like apparently they're playing emergency powers and you didn't wipe out most of their units, save it for that.
Yeah.
I mean, also like most of the times when people played like emergency powers, I mean, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna 2-for-1 my units into them or something, and
Mhm.
then it's dealt with.
Yeah.
And also pretty much anything in blue, be it Shatterpoint or Lost and Forgotten or like what is it? The tree remembers?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah,
the-
Tree
no,
Remembers.
no. The axe forgets. Sorry, that was the
The
yellow
Axe
one. The
Forgets,
one because that one bounces. So if they're like a low cost one
Mhm.
and stuff like that. It is really fun in Barris though,
Yeah.
because like it's just like 3 resource Shin Hati next turn, like Shin Hati's now like a 8/6 shielded.
Mhm.
Deal with it.
Yeah, it was around the time when I was building Nalisea when I really changed from this card is just the best card in the game and nobody really understands that yet to this card is great and people still don't understand that, but it's not by any means broken. It's just a really good card.
It's really good with axe
Yes.
until he forgets.
Yes.
He always forgets. All right. Well, the last card I wanted to talk about is Aggressive Negotiations, because that's been on everybody's list, especially with the fact that we can draw. There's more ways to draw cards and stuff like that. So I think Jen is really the big one that people are complaining about, her being able to utilize it. I mean, I will say I don't know what's much different than
Right.
the other set. Like, I don't like. I played this in Han 4, and when it worked, right? And when it didn't work, you had to find an alternative way to win the game. I mean, I do agree that it's like, if it is super easy to draw cards, that maybe we should be looking to not do it. It does favor hero, I think, a little bit more than it favors villain, but I don't think that that's like, I don't think that should be a deciding factor. I don't feel this card is like Force Throw. Personally, I didn't like Force Throw. I think Force Throw was extremely bad for the meta, just because of what it did. This is not Force Throw. This has a higher bar for setup. You have to like have a unit on the field that isn't dead. You have to not have a Sentinel in front of it, which are easy things to do. But you
It's
also
a
have the
really-
cards.
It's a really good finisher for aggro decks, and that's it.
Mhm.
Like it can be played around.
Yeah.
You can. There's a lot of hand peeking. You can rip cards. You can just play a Sentinel. You can kill all their units, right? Like
You place a Bay and just not let them ever have that card.
yeah, and again, like Galen does block everything too. So it's like you can. There's a lot of ways of playing around this. A lot of it involves just killing their stuff or having a Sentinel.
And I think the reason I wanted to have this conversation, right, is because, like, I know Alex is going to give me shit later, but, like, if you look at, like, why do we have these type of conversations? And I think it's because of the fact that people do freak out when we move into a new meta because people don't know how to handle certain cards. And I will say, just because a card is played in a lot of decks does not make it broken. Just because somebody would pay $5 for this card does not make it broken. One of the common complaints people had about Vigilance is that you were willing to pay $6 for it. So it's a broken card. It's not a broken card. It just was a very good card. Just like Vader was a very good card, right?
Or Battlefield Marine, which was in like a bazillion green decks. Like it's just a staple for a green
Yeah.
heroic card. It's just a good card. Doesn't mean it's busted. It's a 3/3 for 2.
Yeah. And so, like, I think, you know, the question becomes is if they're like, Tobias is one of the leaders that people talk about as well, that like Aggressive Negotiation works with, because if you give them a bunch of units and then blow them up, you can swing in with something. But if you've done no damage to somebody's base, I don't really care if you can swing in for 10 or 15, because you still haven't done any damage, which then requires you to keep that unit a second time and be able to play it again. I will say, like, it is like Surprise Strike on steroids. there could possibly be a way to abuse this, but I have not found anybody that can guaranteed make this card broken to the point where I think it needs an errata or like put on a ban list yet.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I will say I've lost to Jins that have played it, and sometimes you just lose to Jin, right? Sometimes you just lose.
I'm
Yeah,
for
it's
it.
like sometimes you just lose to Sabine.
Yeah. I will tell you, Chewy doesn't give a shit about this card. Like, you can play it. I'll have you killed before you have enough cards in your hand to kill me.
Mhm.
Which I got a Chewy showcase, by the way. I don't know if I told you guys that. I'm
Okay.
excited.
Mentioned that at the beginning of the podcast.
I love Chewy. I'm happy to play Chewy for once.
There's also one card up here that you pulled that we didn't even talk about. That was Unity of Purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Me.
Well, I think you kind of ruined it when you said none of them were broken, Alex. You went way past the end of the segment. The whole point was to like talk about these things. Like, I don't think Unity of Purpose is broken at all anymore. But-
The important thing is like the discussion of like why people think these cards are good and then what other ways to go against them, which is what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Like, saying, hey, it's like, hey, you have this, you have this, you have this, that can do it. But also, Unity Purpose is kind of fun because you play an off aspect base now and play it for curve if you're playing green,
Which I have done, and it is fun.
which is what I built a deck around. Again, I don't really think Unity of Purpose is super crazy, especially if you just kill their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
it
think-
is interesting you can play it on curve now in pretty much anything that's running green.
I think for 3 health. For 3 health.
for 3
anyways,
health.
yeah.
That's what I was saying.
But I think you're fine, right? I mean, I think you're fine if you can spam a bunch of units. I think the big thing is like, how can you get in? We don't have any decks that create tons and tons and tons of tokens that has enough synergy. I think that makes a difference. Like, I will say the Unity of Purpose is a lot harder for, control decks to deal with, and it's going to be even harder now for a straight up hard control deck to deal with. But that's you're just
Yeah, I don't
talking
think
about one
anything
type of
is
deck.
really good for. I don't think hard control could be really that good right now.
Don't burst my bubble, baby. Don't burst it.
We can do fine with it. I just don't think it's like worth rigging.
I think we're gonna figure out a way, and then we could torture Sam. That's my goal, is to torture people with heart control.
Thank you.
I was nice at Riftbound. You should have came because I didn't play heart control at Riftbound, even though that's what freaking won Riftbound event was that heart control Victor, which is like an
The one I want to play.
almost unitless deck. You don't want to play hard control. You hate hard control, Sam.
I've been saying that from the beginning. Every time we've talked, you've been like, "Oh, what deck are you excited for Spirit Forge?" Or Mike has asked me that, and we have it written down. And I've been like, "I want to play Hard Control Victor."
Well, it's relatively cheap. You can afford to do that, actually.
That is true.
So, all right. Anything else on these cards? Otherwise, we could probably wrap up for the night.
Vel sucks.
No.
Vel does not suck.
Yeah, she does.
The only thing is like, when you start considering this in the Eternal format, does these cards like hold the same weight when you start factoring in like some of the ban cards that we've had and ban leaders, and there's still plenty of like different combos that probably people haven't thought of as of yet that can definitely take these over the limit, or there are other cards that are better now because you can include some of those other leaders in it. There's always going to be checks and balances across the different aspects that you can definitely work around to to counter these cards as you need to. It just takes time and patience to really like look it up and work it out. So.
Yeah. And I think Eternal's a different discussion, honestly, JJ. Like, I agree with you. Like, I think there's other cards that we could talk about in Eternal that would like be a little bit more aggressive, but like nobody's really tested Eternal unless people were testing Eternal before. But I don't, I was not testing Eternal at all. We were just having fever dreams about Trench being played in Eternal. So
They gave me the Rondinium like explosion thing.
I know.
I can pick up my bounty hunter crew and do a semi-mostly board wipe.
Yep.
God, I wish it killed your leader. I wish, I don't care about killing theirs. I just wish it killed mine. That's what I want, the Trench. I want board wipe and my leader dead. I don't care if their leader lives.
On Thursday, that was funny because I was sitting next to Eric, one of our teammates, and he was doing it. He goes, "Look what I got, Chris." He's like, "I bet you want this for Trench," and I was like, Yep, we already had that conversation. Like, this is a must have in the trench deck. I don't know how we cut it down. Maybe we should do like a trench only stream. There you go. We talked about that before. We do an eternal trench only stream. And what we could do is we can have Sam. Sam will be like the picture on the side. And we'll mute Sam so he's not allowed to talk like verbally, so he can't talk to any of us, but we can see all his reactions to the things we're talking about on screen.
Or I'll just play it like my old Yoda Red that was just insanely bad into hard control. And then you guys can just bully me for like 4 hours because that's what this feels like. There you go.
Yeah, we could play that against you. I don't know. Does this trench do really good against Yoda Red? I don't remember.
Not
Probably.
This list, but my old list that we talked about. I still have the picture in my head of Alex going, yeah, that's really bad into hard control. I don't know why you brought that. And I went, yep. Because this was a whole little bit.
I don't remember that. So anyway, all right. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap up for the night. I think we had a good discussion. Hopefully next week we will be back with some more cool stuff. I know JJ, you got Adepticon coming up pretty soon.
Nice.
Yep, definitely.
What are you flying?
Running. Looking at it, actually, that's what I've been looking for. It's still my my bread and butter right now. So yeah.
What are you running? You broke up there.
He's at Rebels.
Yeah.
Why run Rebels? What is wrong with you? There's so many better decks than Rebels. I feel like you're being like a Sam right now.
Yep. I'm a 2-trick pony.
Are you gonna run Han in it too? There you go. Are you gonna pay
Han
the
or Yoda?
Are you gonna? Well, Yoda's not in Rebels, so
Oh, fair enough.
I played Yoda.
Republic.
I was the one person.
Yeah.
in Rebels you played Yoda in Rebels.
No, I played Yoda in Republic. I was like the one
Oh,
person
yeah.
who decided to actually ever play Yoda, but I used that ability all the time.
Yeah, he was fun in Republic. He's super fun because you give out the Force to everybody. You get to fly around in a little Ada. I put my little Lego Yoda on him. Man, remember when we used to put little little people on our ships?
I mean, I put googly eyes.
Yeah. I remember that.
You put googly eyes. I put Lego people. I had a Grievous. I actually had Deanne. She gave me a little Grievous one because I always would fly Separatists, and that was like her thing. She's like, all right, I'm just gonna give this to you, Chris. She's like, you only fly Grievous, I swear. Which
Sam,
is very true.
reference,
Yeah.
the little
It's all
Lego
fun
hands,
and games and
the
yeah.
little Lego hands are exactly fit onto the bases of X-wings,
Yeah.
like the poles, so you could actually just like stick Lego pieces on them and hold them on there.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's-
it's all fun and games until they put out an official request to stop putting Lego pieces on the figures because it ruins the photos ops. That's all.
Yeah, thanks, Duncan Howard. I think Duncan was the one that started that, right?
Yeah, and Paul Heaver, yeah. Mhm.
Well, and there was a couple people who just ran the ghost, but in like Lego form because like the post was like so bad. So they just had the
Yeah.
Lego ghost instead of the actual post.
Mhm.
So it's a little side note. When Paul was on stream for Milwaukee Regionals, and I think I posted this in our chat, I can't remember, but Paul was on stream and they like actually mentioned how he was like the X-Wing champion. I was like, oh, because that's like, again, that's an inside joke. Like anybody watching this that watched our X-Wing podcast, you would know. It's like Paul Heaver is like the
He's the goat of X-Wing.
yeah, like it's just like the joke. Like everybody knows Paul Heaver. He never remembers who you are for the most part, and he's super nice. He's a super nice guy. He'll talk to anybody. He doesn't remember that you're who you are.
I've had like 4 different or 5 different introductions every time I meet him.
Yeah, but he's a really nice guy. But it's just funny because now he plays SWU, right? And it like they actually talked about him being like this X-Wing champion thing, and I'm sitting here like, oh well, what if they get somebody else? Like nobody talks about Bobby like at all. It seems, but it's just Paul Heaver. Everybody like Paul Heaver and X-Wing somehow.
3-time back-to-back-to-back X-Wing world champion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, really nice guy. Yeah. All right. Well, that being said, that's enough X-Wing.
I derailed everything for the past like 20 minutes.
Yeah, welcome. It was a Tanner tangent. There you go. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like us, follow us, and download the podcast. With that being said,
Follow us where?
on YouTube we prefer. We prefer you to follow us on YouTube. But you could follow us on YouTube. You could follow us on Podbean, as well as any other podcast catcher that we have. And join our Discord so that Sam can stream his Nala deck to you, and then we can secretly play control decks against it. How about that?
You have access to like the 22 decks that I made that I'm going to upload probably another 10 in another week.
Well, there you go. All right. With that being said, thank you all. Have a good night, and we'll see you on the Flippity Flop.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening.